Welcome to Lesson 8, and today we're going to talk about questions. So when we look at questions, questions often begin with a verb followed by a subject. So if we look at this sentence, are you his brother? Well, because it's a question, we know it's going to start with our verb, which is are. Are is a common linking verb. So who or what is this sentence about? It's about you. And remember, when we have a linking verb, so we have our subject, you, then we have our verb, are. Are is a linking verb, so it must have a backslash after it. And then we have to have a word that is identifying our subject. So we're left with his and brother. Is his identifying you? No. So then we're left with brother. Is brother identifying you? Yes. So brother is our predicate noun. And then we are just left with this word his. His is modifying brother, so it's acting as an adjective. So I have are, you, his, and brother. Another really good rule of thumb when we're talking about questions, if you're struggling finding the subject and the verb, what you can do is change it into a statement. So instead of saying, are you his brother, you would say, you are his brother. And now it's a little bit easier to identify the subject. So you is the subject, are is still our linking verb, brother is our predicate noun, and his is describing brother. So let's look at a couple other examples. Some questions begin with a helping verb followed by the subject. So our verbs might be separated, but we still need to keep them together when we're diagramming. So when we diagram, do you like artichokes? We have you as our subject. Do like is our verb phrase. So we have do as a helping verb and like as our main verb. And then artichokes is our direct object because like is an action verb. So remember, always ask yourself, can you do the action of the verb? Can you like? Yes. So that's an action verb. And then I need to ask, okay, you do like what or you do like whom? The answer to that question is artichokes. So artichokes is my direct object. But remember, you can also change that into a statement. Instead of saying, do you like artichokes? You could say, you do like artichokes. And then that could help you find your subject and verb easier as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at 3 examples. Do you have a collar or a dollar? What you can do is change this into a statement first. So you could say, you do have a dollar. So now it might be a little bit easier to find our subject and our verb. You is our subject. Do have is our verb phrase. So do is a helping verb. Have is our main verb. Can you have something? Yes. So it's acting as an action verb. And then a and are always articles and they always act as adjectives. And now we're just left with dollar. So let's go ahead and diagram what we know. So I have you as my subject. Do have is my verb phrase. And remember, whatever's capitalized in your sentence, make sure it's capitalized in your diagram. So we have do have. Remember, have is an action verb. So you do have what or you do have whom? The answer to that is dollar. So dollar is my direct object. Remember, direct objects get a vertical line going up and down that come after my action verb. And remember, you don't always have to have a direct object in your sentence. So I have you, do have, and now I'm just left with my article A. A and the, remember, always act as adjectives. A is describing or modifying dollar, so it goes right underneath. Let's look at number 2. May I help you? So we have who or what is our sentence about? Our sentence is about I. What action are you doing? Well, you're helping. I help. But if you look, we also have a helping verb. So may is our helping verb and help is our main verb. So we have may help as our verb phrase. Can the subject do the action of helping? Can I help? Yes, absolutely. So it's an action verb. So now we need to see if we have a direct object. I may help what or I may help whom? The answer to that question is you. So you is your direct object. So remember, make sure that you are making a clear distinction between your lines. So because it is an action verb and we do have a direct object, we need that vertical line going up and down followed by our direct object. So I have I may help and you. Last one. Are you a doctor? So who or what is this sentence about? It's about you. Remember, you can also change this to a statement. You could say, you are a doctor if you're having trouble finding the subject or the verb. So you is our subject. Are is a common linking verb, which we've learned. So are is a linking verb, and because we know it's a question, we know that questions are going to start with a verb. So then when we diagram this, we have you as our subject, are is our linking verb. Remember, linking verbs always need a backslash because they need something identifying the subject. It's either going to be a predicate noun or a predicate adjective. So which word am I left with? I'm left with a or doctor. Is a identifying you? No. Is doctor identifying you? Yes. So doctor becomes my predicate noun. So now I'm going to cross off my words. I have are, you, and doctor, and now I'm just left with my article a. Remember, a, n, and the are always articles, and they always act as adjectives. A is modifying doctor, so it goes underneath. And then make sure when you're diagramming questions that whatever, again, I know I've said this before, but just make sure whatever is capitalized in your sentence, you capitalize in your diagram. So I'm not going to capitalize you, even though you is my subject. I'm going to leave it lowercase, and then are is going to be capitalized.